Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here on May 2nd, 2014, now about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. As I had indicated to you in the last video, I was doing this kind of quasi-cowboy caviar. Well, you know, here's the result. You know, you got the chickpeas, or some people call them garbanzos. Some of the more trendy foodies call them, quinoa. My Spanish teacher, who ought to know how it's pronounced, called them quinoa. And so you've got some olives, which have a tremendous amount of salt in themselves, the chickpeas and some pickles in there, and you got a little mustard and garlic, and I'm going to have a little taste that spoon now. Oh man, and pepper and a little mustard in there. Had to rinse out a mustard jar there with some vinegar, which worked out to be perfect. So I'm going to enjoy this immensely. YouTubers again. Now you notice we're looking down at the little, what I call the backwash area of our creek, and I don't know how this is going to render, but on the right side of that little line of stuff there, you see, you got the white log there. It's sort of our our beaver quasi dam. You've got a lot more clear water on the right side than you do on the left, which is muddy and stagnant. Actually, I caught a glimpse of at least one, if not two, of these fellas, or individuals, maybe a male and a female, working down here on the bank earlier this afternoon, and so we shall have to see what we see, huh? Meanwhile, under the category, filing this under the category of continual nonsense. It is the political silly season after all here. It's primary season here in Ohio, and you've got various factions of the parties fighting each other. And I've had, as I said, I had 2 visits from this one woman. We've gotten shotgunned by the other side, sort of the, let's promote business and growth, which basically means let's raise taxes so we can pay for sweet tax breaks for guys to come in and then be here 10 years and then leave after the tax breaks end. We've gotten stuff from that side, and I'm just noticing one of the few ash trees remaining coming into leaf. Well, God bless it. And so I got a series of phone calls today from some outfit, but he was touting the state central committee candidates. Interestingly, he hadn't gone on, his organization hadn't gone on to endorse down to the county level. So it's things are well apace here. I suppose if I had early voted, I know if I had early voted, I wouldn't be getting any of these phone calls, because they wouldn't bother with me, because they check to see if you voted before they shotgun you on these telephone things. Actually, it's kind of fun to see what nonsense is out there. Plus, I like to go up and vote on the actual day. I kind of like that ceremony. So, I showed you my stuff. Oh, that's going to be wonderful tonight. Well, it's very nice. It's 60 degrees out. It's, not rain today. We've had, about 3 days of rain out of the last 4, more or less. And at some point in the next week, I'm going to have to fire up, charge the battery of the tractor, fire up the tractor, and knock down some of the grass up the corner. Before the ticks get too bad and the grass gets too high, so I have trouble walking around. Oh well, it's, at some point here I'm going to start thinking seriously about getting another dog. So I'm going to have to ponder that, should I go to the shelter, should I call, well, at least one breeder I use, the one that gave us Shackleton, or from whom we got Shackleton. And she may not be breeding anymore. There's a woman down the road that I think she breeds intermittently. I'd like to get a dog from the start, such that they don't have to just deal with ghosts of maybe somebody that treated them badly. On the other hand, you don't want to see some dog killed just because nobody wanted to take care of it. Always a bit of a dilemma there. So I'm going to. You can look at the buckeye. Well, as I like to call them, horse chestnut trees. See, it occurs to me that I didn't cut this thing back, did I? You may just be seeing my face and my mouth. Well, there it is then.